The elevator jerked to a halt. Fourth floor. I still recall the sound before the quiet, a soft ding. The kind that usually means nothing. That day it meant everything. My twin sister stood beside me, smiling nervously, clutching the envelope from her ultrasound appointment, her first baby. I had told her I'd come for moral support. I didn't know I was walking into my own execution. When the doors slid open, the world tilted. There she was, my wife, Sarah, laughing. Her fingers laced with another man's. His thumb traced her palm like it had done it 1,000 times. Her head tilted toward him, her smile easy, radiant, the same smile she once gave me when she still loved me. Then I saw the paper in her hand. Positive, it read in bold, cheerful letters. Pregnancy test result. Her eyes met mine. She froze. The laughter died. The man followed her gaze, and recognition flashed across his face, guilt, fear, and something else, possession. My sister gasped softly, realizing who she was staring at. But I didn't move. I didn't speak. I just watched Sarah's face collapse as the elevator doors began to close again, sealing her off like the final scene of a tragedy. That was the day I died, and the day I began rebuilding myself from the ashes. We met in college. She was the quiet one in the back row, always reading, always watching. I liked that about her, the stillness, the depth. I was drawn to her calm like a moth to a flame, not realizing flames burn. We built a life on promises, late-night talks, shared dreams, whispered plans about houses and kids. I worked long hours at the firm. She taught part-time. It felt solid, real, until small cracks appeared. It started with her silence, delayed replies, new perfume, the way she began locking her phone. At first, I blamed myself. Maybe I'd been too distant, too buried in work, too tired. But then I noticed how her lies were always polished, too smooth, too consistent. You can always tell when someone has rehearsed their betrayal. One night, I pretended to sleep while she slipped out of bed to take a call in the kitchen. Her voice was soft, trembling, the way people sound when confessing love. "I can't wait to tell him," she whispered. I knew she didn't mean me. I didn't confront her. I didn't shout or cry. I simply began to prepare. Revenge is not rage. Rage burns out too fast. Revenge requires patience, precision, silence. I spent weeks gathering every piece of her double life, phone records, texts, emails, photos. She was careless. They always are when they think you're blind. Her lover, Daniel, worked at a local architecture firm, married, 2 kids. I'd met him once at a fundraiser. He shook my hand with the same one he used to hold hers. I smiled back then, genuinely. If only he'd known how closely I'd soon be watching. I hired a private investigator, not to confirm, but to document. I wanted evidence airtight enough to destroy them both legally and socially. By the time I finished, I had proof to end 2 marriages and 2 careers. Still, I waited. Timing is everything. When Sarah believed she was pregnant, his child, not mine, she told me with tears in her eyes. "It's yours," she whispered. Her lie was a gift I didn't interrupt. I smiled, kissed her forehead, and said, "Then let's celebrate." Over the next few weeks, I quietly moved our joint savings into a private account, transferred property titles to my sister's name, and set a trap. She thought we were applying for a joint loan for the baby. The documents she signed were divorce papers disguised as bank forms. By the time she realized, everything we owned was gone. Then came Daniel. His wife received an anonymous email, a clean folder with photos, messages, hotel receipts, and ultrasound results. She filed for divorce within a week. His firm learned the truth days later. He lost his job. I didn't need to do anything more. The dominoes fell perfectly. And finally, I saw Sarah again, at the same hospital, same corridor, different reason. She looked hollow. The pregnancy had ended. Stress-induced miscarriage, they said. She saw me walking toward her and froze, just like that day in the elevator. I didn't mean for it to happen, she whispered, eyes glassy. I nodded. Asterisk, you never do. That's the problem, asterisk. She reached for my hand. I let her touch the ghost of what we used to be, for just a second. Then I pulled away. I already forgave you, I said quietly. That's why I made sure you'd never have to lie to me again. The realization hit her slowly, that forgiveness was the final stage of my revenge. Because now she had nothing left to hide behind. No husband, no home, no child. People say revenge doesn't heal. They're wrong. It doesn't heal the wound, but it closes it. When I think about that elevator now, I don't feel rage. I feel clarity. That single moment, the laughter, the locked hands, the test result, gave me the sharpness I'd been missing my entire life. Love blinded me. Betrayal taught me to see. And when those doors closed between us, I realized something simple: some endings don't need forgiveness. They need silence, and a perfectly timed ding.